Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Fanie Naude here, and welcome to another one of my Monday videos. So today we are going to talk about addressing concerns about picking your niche, specifically for accountants. So the last couple of weeks I've been talking to a couple of accountants, and they're always bringing up the same sort of concerns when I tell them, well, have you thought about maybe narrowing down your niche, narrowing down your target market, that you can have some place to start? So there's a couple of concerns that they usually bring up, and I thought that, well, this might be the best opportunity for me to just put some of those concerns to rest, because it's really not, it's just concerns. It's just basically, you just need to understand why the niche is so much better than basically your concern. So not to be biased or anything, but I've been picking a niche, and the only reason why you're watching this video is because it says for accountants. So that's your first thing. It makes a lot of people actually pay attention to what you're doing, specifically in your target market. But let us go to the first concern. So the first concern is, I don't want to narrow down my market, that it's just too small. Like I don't want to focus on just one market, because what if there's not enough clients for me? Well, as soon as you start doing the actual math of this, you'll see that your concerns are really not real concerns. Because let's say, for example, you say, okay, I'm going to target just physiotherapy practices. You're thinking, oh, well, that's very niche down. That's in the health sector, even more niche down to just physiotherapists. What if there's not enough? So let me ask you this. How many physiotherapy practices are there across the country? Like, how many are there? There's thousands. Each city has a few, each little town has a few. So there's literally thousands of them. How many clients do you need to be, really well and profitable? So we usually recommend not charging at under 5,000 per client. So let's say, for example, you want to do 100,000. How many clients is that? That's like 20 or 25 clients. That is not that much to get yourself an income of 100,000 per month. And what's the next thing going to be? Okay, you're going to narrow down to physiotherapists, but if you help one and you're successful and you have the results to show for it, what's going to happen? You're just going to say, well, do you know any other physiotherapy practices that can also benefit from my services, since you've gotten such great results from me? So then it's going to be like, oh yes, I have 2 friends, and oh, I studied with these guys, or oh, I know just the guy that you can talk to. That's just going to be referrals, like on an unending basis, because all the physiotherapists know each other, because most of them study together, or all of those things. Is just a tight-knit community, and if you can get yourself into that community, you're just basically going to take over that entire market, meaning you're going to get enough clients for yourself to make it so much easier. Now, the next concern is basically going to be, I don't want to say no to new business. Like if someone comes to me and I branded myself as I'm going to help physiotherapists, and a construction company comes to me and they say, well, I need an accountant, can you please help me? Well, I'm not saying that you need to show away those clients. I'm not saying that at all. You can still take on that client, even though it's up to you, it's your choice. You don't need to show away that client. All I'm saying is that if you want more clients and you want to do some marketing or advertising, you need some place to start. Now, if you're not going to start somewhere, where you're going to start? You're going to run around like a headless chicken. You don't know where you're going to go, who you're going to target, who you need to speak to. You have no idea where to start to get those clients on board. That's why you're going to pick a niche, that your marketing is more successful, you get more clients, and it starts building momentum in a specific community or specific niche. That's what you want at the end of the day. If someone comes from the outside, or let's say, for example, your family gives you a referral and it's a construction company or it's an engineering company or something like that, and you really only do a physiotherapist, you don't need to say no to that business. You can still do them. It's just because that's a referral, you can still help those people out. You can still get the money off that. It's just about the marketing. It's about the advertising, getting those new clients on board. Now, the next one is, basically my staff or my new staff is going to be demotivated by only working with one sort of client. Now, this is an objection I only got recently. It's going to be like, okay, but if I want to hire people and they're going to be working with only construction companies, they're going to get experience only with construction companies, and that's not going to be very appealing for them. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can see this. Well, either you just hire the people that's willing to work for construction companies and your problem is over. But let's say, for example, you have specific people in mind and they really want experience with different types of clients. Well, you're most probably still going to get those referrals of different types of clients. So that's probably not going to be a problem. But the other thing is their work is going to be so much easier. Think about this for a second. If you're only working with one type of client and they all have the exact same problems, pains, wants, needs, and desires, meaning you are offering basically the same service to them, giving them the same results as with every single other one of those practices, meaning the job's going to be routine work. It's going to become so easy to get people results. At the end of the day, it's going to be a no-brainer to work with you. It's going to be a no-brainer for staff members to come on board because they know they're going to get so good at one thing. Their job is going to be extremely easy and very nice to do. And at the end of the day, if they have that experience and they see how you operate doing specializing in a specific niche, this is going to inspire them to branch out on their own as well. But don't take it from me. Ask your staff members. What would they prefer? Would they prefer something that they know extremely well, doing the same sort of things, getting massive results for clients, or learning every single new client from the start, not knowing anything about that industry and learning every single industry that there is? Find out for yourself. Do some research. Ask your people. Then the next one is, okay, I don't know how to pick a niche. Well, this is what we basically teach. We teach you, go step by step, exactly what the process is. But what you basically need to know is it depends on three things. It depends on what you can do, what your skills is. Then who do you love to work with, the industries that you love to work with. And then basically the market's needs and desires. Now, everything revolves around the market's needs, meaning you're not going to get any sort of clients if you're going to target them and you're going to try and give them or offer them something that they don't care about. If they don't care about it, you're not going to get any more clients. What you want to do here is start off with the people you love working with. If you have a specific love to work with construction companies, or you know them inside and out, and you know this is going to be a no-brainer, great. That's where you start. Start with your research with the people that you love working with. That's going to be the easiest way to start off. But let's say, for example, you say, well, but I love working with everybody. This is the next objection. I love working with everybody. I don't want to narrow it down. Well, here I'm going to tell you, okay, great. If you love everybody, then you need to pick one. Just pick one. Gun to your head. If you had to choose, just pick one. If you can't do that, start seeing who can pay the best, who's going to be the easiest clients to handle. Not just the love. Are they paying on time? Are they giving the deliverables on time? All of those sort of things. And just start somewhere. The whole point of picking a niche is that you can have some place to start, to get extra clients, to start with your marketing, that you know what you're doing, and you know you can get extra business in without just struggling and don't know what you're going to do. So this is it's a very simple process of doing research. Research is the most important thing, but you need to start somewhere. So start with the companies or the industry or the niche that you truly love. Then you say, okay, but I don't want to narrow down. All businesses need accountants. Well, like I said with the previous points, marketing only works when you're targeting someone specific. Advertising and all of those things doesn't work when you just say, well, we do accounting services. Run an ad with this on Facebook, put in 50,000 Rand and say, I just do accounting services. Don't put your price in, because then you're just competing on price. You're going to get price hunters if you're going to do that. Just say, I do accounting services. It's not going to work. People don't resonate with that message. They need to resonate with something that's personal to them, meaning their problems, their pains, their wants and needs and desires. You need some place to start. Marketing doesn't work if you're not targeting a specific target market or niche. Then finally, okay, but I already have so many different clients. What are they going to think if I start marketing and saying I specialize in one specific one? Well, this is a legitimate concern that I would say have an honest discussion with your current client, saying this is a marketing campaign for us. Or you can structure it another way, open a specific division in your company that only specializes in a specific niche. Because at the end of the day, doesn't matter how big you are, you still need to do marketing. If you're part of the big four, they just get clients because of the big brand. The smaller guys don't have that big brand, they don't have that awareness, because everybody knows about the big four. Not everybody knows about you in your local community. Not everybody knows about you in your province. It just isn't like that. So you need to start somewhere, you need to start marketing. If your current clients are like, okay, but what's going on here? I'm seeing you specializing in this. Does this mean we can't work together anymore? No, this is a marketing campaign. We're trying to get more clients on board. We're working with some consultants and we're going in that direction. Everything between us stays exactly the same. You're still going to get the high quality service from us like you've always done. Nothing's going to change. This is marketing. And they're going to understand this because they're most probably in business and sales. They know that marketing works when targeted specifically. So that's just addressing a couple of concerns about picking a niche. I hope you guys are really considering this, especially when you're starting out. You really need to know where to start. If you don't know where to start, you're just going to sit down and hope the phone rings. You're going to rely on hope marketing, just hoping someone emails, hoping someone inquires, and hoping the phone rings, that some prospect just calls you out of the blue. Sorry to say, this is not going to happen. You need to work for it. You need to work for those clients. You need to go and hunt them, find them, really offer something of value to them to make this work. So thank you everybody for tuning in for today's video. I'm Fanie Naude. Check me again on Monday at 12 again. Thanks everybody and enjoy the rest of your week.